Here we are.
Here we are. Good morning. My name is Nethaniel Ealy, and I live in northern Idaho with my family of 7, including myself. I moved out here in 2001 to go to a really small Christian liberal arts college called New St. Andrews. That kept me here because once I came to the community and saw how rich it was, I didn't want to leave. So I stuck around, formed a construction business pretty well straight out of college, got that rolling in 2006. I worked for a local builder, became his foreman within 6 months, and the second to last day before I left the field working for him, I cut off these 2 fingers with a table saw because I was not paying attention. I don't like carpentry. I've been in it my whole life, but I am not good at it. I realized that I would not be excellent in my craft, and that's just part of my DNA. I'm driven to be excellent at whatever I do. It just grated on my soul to be in something that I could not become excellent at just because it wasn't in my DNA. It wasn't in the cloth that I was cut from. Spent more and more time in the office reading business books and just telling my guys like, you guys just go figure it out there in the field. The first decade we spent, confused and in the wilderness, and the last 6 years was when we've actually really launched a business. We've had several different ventures along the way. We went from building a construction company to investing in real estate. We launched a roofing silo within our construction company 4 years ago as well. That's been quite successful. At this point, we built an app. It's the AugustaRule.com. The mission of the Augusta Rule itself is to put money back in the pockets of small businesses and entrepreneurs to the tune of $1 billion within 5 years of commercial launch. What it is software that educates people on how to apply a specific tax rule, and the tax rule revolves around being able to rent your personal residence for up to 14 days a year, 100% tax-free. What we're doing is applying it specifically for business owners so that business owners can pay themselves to rent their own home. It's a way to reduce taxable income in the business and then receive it tax-free. The second part is that you get to advance your business goals while using your home, while inviting clients over to your home, while inviting your team over for meetings. What the app does is it helps, again, educate, collaborate, automate the process as well. It's really helped me out. It's saved us thousands and thousands of dollars a year in taxes. My dad is one of the hardest working guys that I've ever met, and everybody that knows him thinks of him that way. He's a carpenter to this day, and this is now, I think, his 52nd year as a carpenter or something like that. A long time. He is a master craftsman, but he's not a businessman at all. Never has been, would be the first to tell you that. The details that he pays attention to are in his craft, not on his desk. And that has gotten him into trouble at various stages throughout his career. He also was just frustrated at how much money he was paying in taxes when he felt like he could barely get ahead anyway, working his tail off and then raising a small family. And that frustration grew to the point where he said, that's it, I'm not paying taxes. And so he literally stopped paying his income tax. And that caused him to be arrested and go to federal prison. And he returned from prison, started working again, and still refused to pay his taxes and said, I am not paying them. And so he was arrested again and went back to federal prison. We subsequently lost the house that he literally built entirely by hand. I absolutely agree with his philosophy. I think that the level of taxes we have are reprehensible. And at the same time, I disagree on the tactics. How do I understand what the reality is, not fight the reality, and then work with it? I have a personal mission to increase freedom, and I want to see that freedom specifically for entrepreneurs and small businesses. Really, there's 4 freedoms that everybody wants, whether they realize it or not. Money freedom, time freedom, relationship freedom, and purpose freedom. When you have these freedoms, you're not able to be coerced. You can tell your woke company, I'm out, and you're fine. You can vote and not worry about losing your job or having sanctions against you. So we need more free men, because free men lead to free women and free children and a free country. And so for me, this is just my small contribution to that with small businesses and entrepreneurs through the Augusta Rule and through every enterprise that I'm involved with. That's the underlying purpose.